Can you hear me? Okay, that's great. Welcome back. And after a break, I think you are now energetic to continue with the third segment of today's meeting. So we start our general evaluation segment, let me talk about a little about today's theme as well. Weather. In India, when we talk about weather, we talk about the three main seasons: summer, rainy, and winter, right? And when I was a kid, when I watched all the cartoons, I was very intrigued with about the other two seasons as well, which is the spring and the autumn. And during the autumn, oh my God, how they portray in those American shows. It looks so awesome. And when I was a kid, I used to ask my mom, when is autumn? And one day she said that today actually autumn is going on, but this is also rainy and this is also winter, and sometimes the sun just comes in. So India's weather is sometimes predictable, sometimes not so very predictable. And we really do love these three seasons. And when you talk about Yes, when you talk about the three seasons, which one of these three seasons is very favorable for you? What would you say as my favorite season? Can I get a few replies for that? Just unmute and just say what's your favorite season?
Winter.
Winter,
Monsoon.
monsoon,
Spring.
Spring.
spring. That's great. So for me, whenever it's summer, I would crave for winter. And when it is winter, I would crave for summer. And when it is rainy, I would want something else. What happens during the rainy season, and what I love the most about rainy season is that if it rains too much, there would be no school. And what I love most about the winter season, not in Bangalore, in other places, is that the weather is so chill. And what I don't like about winter is that it's so cool that I would want a heater. Today morning, I was just roaming around my room asking my roommates, can I please get a heater? Can I get a heater? And they reminded me again that I live in a hostel, not a hotel. And that's how there are a lot of seasons and a lot of memories that come along. And when I was a kid, I always wanted the summer because my parents never allowed me to eat an ice cream in other two seasons. And right now, when I live alone in another place, when I'm adulting, when I'm 19, I have the choice to eat an ice cream all the time. And I think this habit has grown on me that I still wait for that summer, and still that part of childhood lives along with me. And these are my feelings and my experiences with the weather. We'll continue about the theme later on, but let me call upon the general evaluator for today's meeting to give his evaluation. Toastmaster Veerabhadra.
Thank you, Toastmaster JASVITHA, and hope I'm audible and visible properly.
Yes, you're
Okay.
audible and visible.
Thank you. Thank you for that confirmation. And good morning once again, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. We are back once again. I am back once again. So now we'll be going through our evaluation segment. And let me call upon the speech evaluator one, Toastmaster Suraj, to evaluate Toastmaster Shivans. Over to you, Toastmaster.
As you might have heard, we have a budding speaker in town, and his name is Toastmaster Shivansh. What a gripping and engaging speech delivered by him today on as he took us through his journey from his childhood days about fear. What stood out the most for me in this speech was his inclusion of personal stories. For example, he spoke about how in Kanpur the cars are parked in the middle of the road hilariously, and also how he used to, or the story in which he was sitting in the car waiting for his parents to return and he was feeling anxious and agitated. What that did was it added authenticity to his speech. It's a personal story, and that was his tone, and he delivered it extremely well. So kudos to you on that. Another thing I really liked in your speech was the inclusion of dialogues in some places. So there are two ways of telling a story. One is through narration and one is through dialogue. And that sometimes that switch really helps in accentuating the emotions in that moment. So for example, when you're sitting in the car waiting and a shopkeeper came by to your vehicle, how you said that you were waiting for your parents to return. It's been 5 minutes. They told they'll be back, and the shopkeeper told, "Don't worry, they'll be back. They're just here. Give a few more minutes." So that really added. It converted that whole experience from a report, and you transported us to where you're sitting in that vehicle. So you took us through that experience, and that is a very good way of engaging the audience, taking us to that experience. So kudos to you on that. Very well done. Moving on to a couple of places where I think there is a bit of opportunities for improvement. It goes back to the same scene, Toastmaster Shivansh, when you're sitting in that car. You told the same dialogue which I mentioned, but I felt that the emotions were missing in those dialogues. So when you were saying it has been 5 to 7 minutes since my parents have gone, you should have added more emotion, anxiety, fear. My parents have gone. It's been 5 minutes. I don't know where they are. I feel like they've been kidnapped. I don't know what to do. Same way the shopkeeper could have told in an assuring manner. Don't worry, your parents are right here. They're just buying something for you and for your sister. Just trust in them and they'll be back before you know it. So that emotional connect allows the audience can feel your emotions, and the relatability of fear is something that will captivate the audience. So I encourage you to feel those emotions in your dialogues. That will elevate the usage of dialogues in your speech. Another point I feel like there is some scope is, what is your key takeaway? What is your key message in your speech? And at the end of the speech, I realized it was about one of the core feelings that everyone has, and that is fear. So you spoke about fear through that story, but I would have liked to hear more around the central theme. What is the takeaway message? So I would like to see the title of the speech also reflect that. I would like to see how that the stories in Kanpur reflect that a bit more. And also a bit about how you're trying to overcome fear. You did admit that you're not overcome it yet, but surely you have some instances where you have, you know, overcome that fear. For example, you're staying in a hostel or you're staying thousands of kilometers away from your hometown, Kanpur. The first day you came to Bangalore, how did you feel? And over time, how you overcome that? You're staying in a PG or in the hostel, alone, essentially. You're the first day you came, you're living with strangers, and that is fear. And surely you're thriving in your college. So we would love to see how you have overcome that fear, and also what techniques are you using to enhance your confidence and your ability to take on new challenges. So that would be a great message for the audience to take home. So in summary, Toastmaster Shivansh, I loved the inclusion of personal stories. I also loved the usage of dialogues. If you could just add more emotion into it and put more emphasis on the key message that you want the audience to take away, I'm sure it won't be long before you're giving a TED talk on how to overcome that feeling we all feel, which is fear. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suraj, for that detailed evaluation. Uh, yeah. So coming to my evaluation, like I really love the way you started your evaluation, like in a very settled manner and like praising the way he spoke about his speech topics and all. And then I would like to cover a few points which you missed out. So as Toastmaster Shivans used few props, so you could have covered that point, like to encourage him. And then that's one point which I've noted. Uh, and then coming to the feedbacks, I did not felt like you missed out anything. You just covered pretty much every feedback, and then you used this uh, manner like you told the positives, then you told the negatives, and you summarized each and every particular topic. But the thing which which I would like to cover is during the introduction of the speech, like uh, sorry, I'm not able to speech objectives. Like it could have been better if you have told the timings of the speech. So that is the only thing which I would like to tell you. And coming to the speaker, Toastmaster Shivans, giving a short evaluation, you present your speech very well, but I felt that you did not prepare it well. And also get your speech reviewed by your mentor. Thank you so much. And I would like to call upon the speech evaluator 3, Toastmaster Saraswati.
Just a second. I just want to add one more point as a evaluator. I would love to see Toastmaster Shivan's redo this project, because the objective of this project was to speak on a topic unfamiliar to the audience, and I felt that the topic of fear and childhood fears are something that we all relate to. So I wanted to take a bit more challenging topic which is unfamiliar to the audience, so that he can meet his objectives. That's just a quick note I want to add. Back to you, General Manager.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suraj. Hope Shivans would take that evaluation. And moving on, let me call upon the Toastmaster. Okay. Moving on, let me call upon the speech evaluator 3, Toastmaster Saraswati, to give her speech evaluation on Toastmaster Raven's speech. Or to Toastmaster Saraswati.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Veera. Toastmaster Raven, congratulations on completing your project for L2P2 in your pathway for presentation mastery. Well, they say blessed ones are those who are flexible, for they will never be bent out of shape. And you truly defined this phrase today as your speech, just as you mentioned, took a lot of twists and turns, but ultimately had the entire audience stay hooked till the very end. And that is one of the most powerful traits of a Toastmaster's speech. You just know how to get your audience on the edge. And keeping that in mind, and just to keep things curious, I have divided your speech evaluation into 3 parts: the good and amazing parts of your speech, followed by a couple of areas of improvement and a few challenges and suggestions for you to look into when you go for your future projects. Starting with the great parts of your speech, the introduction. This was just your second project, and you seem to have already mastered the art of coming up with a creative opening statement. A question. It had us right in the beginning, wanting to listen more of what you had to say, and smoothly transitioning into the narrative of your speech, where you talk about Mrs. Murmu's struggles and how she's been a role model to you because of how she adapts to all the difficulties in life, rendering flexibilities when required to, and rising to the position that she currently is in. You had a good voice modulation going throughout your speech, where we were able to make out your feelings through your voice, which your project is all about. That is non-verbal communication. You communicate with the audience not through words, through your gestures. You had great hand gestures, stressing on points where you wanted the audience to understand the purpose of your message. But along with these excellent factors that already exist within you, you could take your speech on a different scale with these suggestions. Pauses. If you include the right amount of pauses, your crowd could attract the message behind your words more easily and without making your speech too monotonous to listen to. And it doesn't become a boring speech. And another addition to this list would be your facial expressions. Owing to your project, non-verbal communication greatly includes your expressions. So including a variety of expressions wherein you smile where you're narrating a funny story or a story which takes you back to maybe a moment which has made you smile at some point would be an excellent addition. I wanted to see more of smiling, more of a tensed state where you say or where you're narrating a phase where she was struggling with a hard phase with her husband's demise, something along those lines. And with all these said, your challenges for your further projects would be to use an appropriate prop as a message. That is, your pathway being presentation mastery, inclusion of an appropriate prop would easily drill your words into the audience's mind, right? And you might want to include a more personal, relatable story for the audience, something that has happened with you in your life, something that defines you as the person that you are right now, which has given you the idea of adapting to flexibility, right? Because you might have gone through a similar phase, and so have your friends that are present here. So, my practical suggestion or my practical A suggestion for your challenges in your further projects would be to include a personal story that's relatable to you as well as the audience, something that touches everyone's hearts. Well, so has this one, but I would like to hear more of your personal stories too, and to include a prop along with yourself or along with your project, because that is what your pathway also suggests. With that said, I wish you all the very best for your further projects, and I greatly enjoyed listening from you. All the very best, and congratulations once again. Over to you, G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saraswati. Well, I would like to say one thing. The hardest part of being a general evaluator is that whenever you listen to a speech or an evaluation, like after listening to that speech, you would note a bunch of points. And during that evaluation, the speech evaluator comes and like tells all those points, which remains no point for that general evaluator to cover. So just like now, but I can weather the storm. And I would like to cover a few things which you didn't cover. Like the intro was good, and I felt that the story was a bit disconnecting, and it's a bit bigger, so you can make it a bit crisp and more interactive. And as our Toastmaster Saraswati said, you can include few props, and also like the way she suggested few things is just awesome. And Raven, you can just note those points as your evaluation. And that's it from my side. Thank you. And coming upon to the speech evaluator 2, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Daksh to evaluate Toastmaster Harsha's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Daksh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinay. Once again, a very good morning to all the Toastmasters present here, and a very special good morning to my target speaker, Toastmaster Harsha. Firstly, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Harsha for giving her L1 P1 icebreaker speech. So huge kudos to that. Now, coming to the evaluation, Toastmaster Harsha, your speech really reminded me of Bangalore's weather. You know, it goes really well in line with today's theme. So just like every day, Bangalore's day starts with a very nice, warm, cozy, sunny, weather. And that's what your speech started off with. You came, you introduced yourself, you straight away got to the point, you fulfilled that your speech objective, and your speech had a decent structure at the very beginning. So that was one thing that I really liked. You got to the point, you really introduced yourself, and you met the objectives. Now, just like how Bangalore's weather is unpredictable, it goes from being very nice, cozy, and sunny to kind of cold and chilly. Your speech also went dry in some places. The very first thing I would like to talk about is your gesture, voice modulation, and the way you presented yourself. One thing I noticed is that throughout your speech, you were standing in a position with your hand like this. Or like I'll just stand up and show you how you were standing like this with your hands in front of you. So I suggest you to actually use more hand gestures and utilize the page. I know in online meeting it's a little more difficult. You are very limited to your room, but still, since your pathway is presentation mastery, it's all about being creative and expressing yourself to the fullest. So there were times where you could have put in some expressions. You could have like shown your happiness or sorrow, or you could have talked about your college life when you were trying to connect with the audience. You could have talked a lot. So hand gestures is something that was missing. Apart from that, your speech in general also was, I would say, very direct to the objective. So the speech objective, yes, I know it says that you have to introduce yourself to the club, but again, when you're giving a speech, you need to make sure that it is very creative and you are not very limited to what the objective is. So that is one thing that I found lacking, the creativity in your speech. So you met the objectives for sure. You did, your speech had a structure, you met the objectives, but it lacked a little bit of creativity. So that's what I thought. Maybe one way to rectify this, maybe you can write down the speech and you can have it verified from your mentor. And finally, of course, the time, once again, the speech for a prepared speech, the timing for a prepared speech is 5 to 7 minutes. And I believe that you didn't quite meet that time, or like maybe the timer had. So this is one thing that again can be rectified once you write down the script, you have it verified by a mentor and you can practice it. So all in all, your speech had a good structure, you fulfilled the objectives, but things could have been 4 to 6 minutes. My bad. Not 5 to 7 minutes. 4 to 6 minutes for an icebreaker. So you didn't really reach the time limit, but that's all right. So I would recommend you to redo this speech. Don't feel a little discouraged by this because, of course, icebreaker is a speech that is supposed to be memorable, and I don't want you to, give a speech that like any ordinary speech. I want you to come up with a very extraordinary speech, something that will definitely stay with you throughout your Toastmaster journey. So I hope you'll be able to brave the storm. It's all right. It happens. So all in all, your speech had a good structure. You fulfilled the objective. I really liked it, but you can definitely add some creativity into it. That's it from my side. Back to the general evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Daksh, for the detailed evaluation. And coming to my evaluation, Toastmaster Harsha, like I felt well when I started listening to your speech, I felt like I'm smelling some Patricia because in not in every icebreaker people cover those many things. Like you even told us that both Tamil, English, and Hindi languages. So that is something which I felt it is unique in your icebreaker, and you've covered pretty good topics and every detailed information about you. But as Toastmaster Daksh said that you should have worked on your voice modulation or um, like your hang extra, something like that. And sure, you can take his evaluation and improve yourself as it's your first icebreaker. And coming to Toastmaster Daksh, I felt I do not have much improvements for you, but then I felt like when Toastmaster Harsha completed her speech, I can I cannot see more people standing up and giving her standing applause. So you might have uh, ask the people to applaud as it's their first piece icebreaker. So that's it from my side. You have pretty much covered all the points, and thank you for your evaluation. Let me call upon speech evaluator 4, Toastmaster Nikhilesh, to evaluate Toastmaster Pranit's table topic segment. Over to you,
Pranav,
Toastmaster
Toastmaster
Nikhilesh.
Pranav.
Yeah, Toastmaster Pranav. Sorry, I'm messing up the names. Over to you, Toastmaster
So,
Nikhilesh.
so I guess I'm audible clearly. Anyway, thank you, General Evaluator. What will you do? Well, we all, every TMOD has a theme. Every meeting has a theme. But this the first time I'm seeing a theme for a table topic. You said that the theme for today's table topic will be what will you do? I mean, that's the first time I'm seeing anything of that sort. And not only that, all the topics you gave were scenarios, as you already mentioned. The fact that each of your table topic, you ended giving the table topic with the question, what will you do? Well, that kind of consistency is, yeah, I mean, you have definitely prepared. So it's very difficult to write it down. Okay, you didn't prepare. So yeah, that is something we hardly get to see in any of the table topics. And one thing I can say is table topics are not now table topics are very different from the normal table topics we often see in our club. Things have changed for good. And yeah, so your table topics, they were completely related to the theme. That is one good thing. Oftentimes we kind of stray away from the topic, but then you had it somewhere or the other, in somewhere or the other, you had it related to the weather, or everything was related to weather. It was mostly monsoon, but yes. Anyway, so you had a lot to talk about. That could have been put it organized. It could have been organized in a better manner, is what I feel. You definitely had a lot to convey. That is true. I mean, we all want the stage. We all want to go on stage and speak a lot. But something we all should always focus on is try to be a bit more organized, not to talk a lot and miss the point what we want to convey, and make sure there's no miscommunication happens. For example, with a Toastmaster JASVITha, what the table topic what you gave, I believe was interpreted by her in a different manner. So that is something which can happen. I'm not saying that uh, it shouldn't happen. It does happen. It happens a lot of times. But the reason this time, a reason can be the fact that you spoke a lot about the topic before giving it. Though you were creating a scenario, you were creating the base for the table topic speaker to stand up on and give their table topic. But I believe that the fact that you spoke, you were a bit way too descriptive about all your table topics. They might have missed the key point. They might have missed what you want to convey, what the question you gave them. Even I, except for what will you do, except for that part, even I most of the times uh, lost idea of what you were talking about. So that coming to Toastmasters, Suraj's table topic, the one you gave, the evaluation, you kind of gave an evaluation, if I may. Well, it should be your view on what their table topic is. And that was, I guess, kind of missing. It could have been implemented in a better manner, but then yours was more of an opinion than a view. I mean, I do hope that you understand the difference between a view and an opinion. And coming to again table Toastmaster Harsha, you did give the opinion. You did give your view on his table topic. You gave your take how you felt about it, but no, it wasn't more towards the opinion side as much as it was a view of yours. And then when it came to coming to Toastmaster Saraswati, it was very concise. It was very concise. It was very precise. I believe like you could have done that for all the table topic speakers. All in all, I feel you have done a great job as a table topic master, but then I guess you could have been a bit more better given that you are an L2. I would expect something better from you as a table topic master. That will be all. Back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhilesh, for that evaluation. And coming to my evaluation, like I felt that like the way you have given all those inputs and the way you have evaluated him is awesome. The way you have covered all his cons and telling him how to improve that is good. But I felt that if you could have included few more pros in your evaluation, so that he would not feel that it's okay. But then I also felt that Toastmaster Pranit, you included more information in your table topic,
Run
but
out.
it's like, for example, let me tell you, when I give you a table topic saying that you're in a BMW car holding a banana tree and eating samosa and the car is at 180 kilometers per hour speed, what will you do? Then I'll just stop at the BMW car itself. If you are giving more information, that they cannot process that many things at a time, right? So I just suggest you to give a very easy table topic, and like not easy, but then it should not make the speaker feel that he's not connected towards the table topic. But then a very good job being a table topic master, and I really love the way you connected with your table topic speakers. So that is with my evaluation, and thank you for your evaluation, Toastmaster Nikhilesh. And now coming upon to my tag team. So let me call upon the let me call upon the grammarian for today's meeting, Toastmaster Angelina, to give her report. Over to you, Toastmaster Angelina.
Thank you, Toastmaster Virabhadra. Language like weather has its moods and nuances, and as grammarian, I'm here to ensure we navigate the linguistic climate with precision and eloquence. With that being said, let's get into the evaluation. The word of the day was used by Toastmaster Vinay partially, it's actually petrichor, Toastmaster Arpita, Toastmaster Angelina, and Toastmaster Revant partially. While the idiom of the day was used by Toastmaster Daksh, partially he said break the storm, but it's actually weather the storm. Toastmaster Vinay, Toastmaster Angelina, Toastmaster Shivansh, and Toastmaster Revant. A big round of applause, please. As for the ones who have not used the same, I encourage all the speakers and role takers to include it in your upcoming meetings. And I'm sorry if I missed out on any, as my net was pretty erratic. Coming to the improper usages, as well as the correct usages, really important is better framed as extremely important, ride on Bangalore as ride in Bangalore, take care of it so much as take care of it well. This are the few, as these are a few. Minutes is not it's minutes. And as Toastmaster Vinay mentioned, meteorologist, I shall split the word. Meteor is basically a debris or celestial object in outer space, and the study of the same is ologist. So when you say it together, it's meteorologist. Sweat's running down is sweat dripping down. Have been held hostage as had been held hostage, etc., etc. Pretty cliche. I would recommend you to use much more. Down their hands as hands down. Use of flexibility, gotten into as gotten herself into. Assessed, not as S and ED. She got married to men as she got married to a man. Couldn't control it as couldn't bear it. I really shocked as I was really shocked. Play off it as play it off. All the other way as all the way to the other side. Now, coming to the catchy lines, additional idioms or phrases utilized, Toastmaster JASVITHA has used an icy cold morning, splitting headache, icebreaker in an icy cold weather. I live in a hostel and not a hotel. Toastmaster Vinay, witnessed the nightlife. Toastmaster Shivansh, somehow secluded society. Toastmaster Harsha, happy-go-lucky, well-enunciated speech throughout. Give her a big round of applause, please. Toastmaster Saraswati, a well-enunciated speech evaluation with the appropriate pronunciation for each word plus her accent, and click of the idea. Toastmaster Revant, a meticulous planner. Life changes everyone. Toastmaster Pranav, the sacrificial lamb. Expand your wings. Toastmaster Harsha during table topics. Reading a small part of my life. And Toastmaster Suraj, a budding speaker in town, accentuating emotions. Now, let's get into the suggestions. I request all the Toastmasters, although it is an online setup, please try to enunciate the words. If you feel you're enunciating the words properly, try to choose a better microphone or keep your proximity to the same very well enough. Second, use synonyms and have a better vocal variety where it is required. Same goes to word of the day and idiom of the day. It helps you to have better sentence formations as well as you have a good selection of vocabulary there. You don't have to reiterate the same word over and over again. Last but not the least, mix your feelings with the words you utter. Sometimes people will not know what you're trying to say, but if you mix your feelings to whatever you're uttering there, they will know, oh, it's something negative or it's something positive. They might not get the essence of it, but these three are the suggestions that I have. Thank you, Toastmasters. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Angelina. So coming to my evaluation, right from the beginning, coming to your introduction, it's right on point. You have introduced yourself in a perfect manner. And you've also given the word of the day and the idiom of the day. And you have also given examples for that word of the day and idiom of the day. So that's a good thing. And coming to the report, we included each and every particular single point. Like even I cannot cover few people who use the word of the day and idiom of the day. So kudos on that. And like I really want to appreciate you for selecting that word of the day and the idiom of the day. So because in few scenarios, whenever either the word of the day will be easy or the idiom of the day will be easy to pronounce, and but today I can see a lot of people using the word of the day and the idiom of the day. So kudos on that. And I do not have any suggestions for you, but then listening to you speaking about weather is like listening to an English teacher reading a social textbook. So something like that. And thank you for your report. Let me call upon the counter for today's meeting, Toastmaster Vidya. Over to you, Toastmaster Vidya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinay. Am I audible? Okay, so now I'll be delivering the report of all the speakers and all the evaluators who have used the crutches or the pause pillars. So first, Toastmaster Shivansh, his speech was really good and his storytelling skills were very impressive and I was very captivated by the narrative. He used a one and that's it. He was pretty perfect about it. Then comes Toastmaster Suraj. His evaluation was perfect. He didn't use any pause pillars. Then comes Toastmaster Harsha. Uh, for her icebreaker speech, she used several R's and ums, but it's okay because it's her first speech. And during the next speech, you can try not to use these fillers. Uh, your structure of the speech was also really good. Then comes Toastmaster Daksh. He didn't use any pause pillars as well. He was pretty much perfect. Then comes Toastmaster Revant. He was very confident and his speech was very informative. He used 1 hour, which is okay. The rest was perfect. Then comes Toastmaster Niklesh. He used 2 hours and that's it. He gave a really good evaluation and he had an excellent use. He also kept the audience very much engaged. Then comes Toastmaster Pranav. He was perfect as well. He didn't have any pause fillers or touches. Then Toastmaster Harsha, even his speech didn't have any pause fillers or crutches. Then Toastmaster Saraswati had a few repeated words such as and. She used that a few times. And during her speech evaluations, she had a few ums, but the rest, the entire evaluation was very inspiring and it was very informative. Then Toastmaster JASVITha, even she didn't have any pause fillers or crutches. She was pretty much perfect. And a few suggestions that I would give as an accounter is that practice with purpose. Like when you're giving a speech or any kind of evaluation, like practice it multiple times with the intention of eliminating the filler words. Like you can record yourself or listen to it, and you can work on eliminating them during your delivery of the speech. And the second one is that use the pauses strategically. That is, instead of filling the gaps with ums or ahs, use strategic pauses. So when you add these pauses, it will also add emphasis, which allows your audience to digest the information and for the audience to think as well. And it also gives a moment to the speaker to collect their own thoughts and think for a while. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster Vinay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hridya, for that detailed report. So coming to my evaluation. Okay. So coming to my evaluation, I really love the way you, included each and every one, gave your opinion on their particular speech. If they are a speaker or if they are an evaluator, you told your opinion on them, and then you told the crutch words, the CRPFs used by them. Not every accounter, not every person who takes accounter role does that. They'll simply come on stage and they'll be like, Niklesh, 2 hours. That's 3 years. They'll tell something like that. But the way you spoke about everyone is just good and it feels better. And also, I really love the way you gave your suggestions to all the audience in this meeting and all the role takers. Yeah, like when you told that how to improve your, how to decrease your accounts or how to decrease your pause crutch words. And coming to your intro, the way you explained your role is pretty good. But only one suggestion which I would like to give you is that you can give an example, a good example of how not to use CRPFs. So that is only one suggestion that which I would like to give you. And apart from that, you're on point. Thank you for your report. And then I would like to call upon a timer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Arpita.
Am I audible? Okay, thank you, General Evaluator, and I'm back with my report. So starting with the first one, speech segment, Toastmaster Shivansh, you used 7 minutes, 28 seconds of the buffer time. Make sure you decrease it a bit. And Toastmaster Harsha, you used 3 minutes, 25 seconds, which was too short because the timing was for 4 minutes, 4 to 6 minutes, where you used below that. And make sure in further speeches, or if you're redoing the speeches, make sure you time your speeches while practicing and also get it approved by the mentor. And Toastmaster Revant, well in time, 6 minutes, 54 seconds. Toastmaster Pranav, you used 6 minutes, 52 seconds, in which there are some stuff which I would like to suggest in the while giving the report, you spent more time in giving the topics rather than giving the time while evaluating or giving your own opinion on that, according to the observation. And because of that, I think you were less in giving the topics and rather like giving more topics to the audience. And moving to the evaluation segments, moving to the table topic masters, Toastmaster Suraj was well in time, 1 minute 59 seconds. Toastmaster Harsha was well in time, 2 minutes 12 seconds, 12 seconds from buffer. Toastmaster Saraswati, you took up 1 minute 57 seconds, well in time. Toastmaster Jasvitha, perfect in time, 2 minutes 2 seconds with buffer. Uh, Again, with the moving on to the evaluation segment, everyone was well in time here. Toastmaster Suraj, you took 4 minutes 24 seconds, 24 seconds as buffer. Toastmaster Saraswati, you took 4 minutes 14 seconds, 14 seconds in buffer. Toastmaster Daksh, well in time, 3 minutes 45 seconds. And Toastmaster Nikhilesh, you took up 4 minutes 28 seconds, 28 seconds to be a buffer. Toastmaster Angelina, you took up 4 minutes 14 minutes, 4 minutes 14 seconds, 14 seconds in the buffer. And Toastmaster Hridaya, you took up 3 minutes 30 seconds well in time. Well, with that being said, I would like to suggest some that make sure your script is approved by your mentor so that you won't lose your fragrance. And again, time your speech while practicing. That is, practicing is essential. So, well, with that being said, over to the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arpita. Thank you for that report. And coming to my evaluation, I really like the way you told the timings about their in time or overtime. And then also I like the thing that you told Toastmaster, not Pranit, Toastmaster Pranav. Sorry, I'm messing up the name, so I'm taking some time to remember. So I really like the way you told Toastmaster Pranav that he took more time for giving the topics rather than speaker speaking that. So that is one thing which I really appreciate. And coming to suggestions part, like I would like to, during your intro, uh, you know, confused a bit about the red card, the green card, and the yellow card. Like I used to confuse a lot when during my initial stages. So that's something which we can rectify by taking more timer roles. And then like coming to another suggestion that it could be better if you have like told that how many members got qualified and how many members got disqualified in the meeting. So a small request, can you tell me that how many members got who all got disqualified due to the time limits?
Okay, so there are not a lot of people who were disqualified. Uh, should you include the buffer time also? No, right?
No.
So it's only Toastmaster Harsha who's disqualified because of the less time. And
Oh, the table topic Toastmaster Harsha or the speaker Toastmaster Harsha?
oh, sorry, the speaker Toastmaster Harsha.
Okay, cool. So thank you. That is with my report, and thank you for your report. Sorry. Coming to the meetings report. The meeting started some 20 minutes or 10 minutes late. So I would like to tell all the role takers to come on time or before time, because on time or in time, because it would like most of the people would be waiting for you to join. So that is one thing which I would like to tell all the role takers. And then coming to our essay, I felt like he's not that notified about the meeting. Just he messed up that meeting number. Okay, it's okay, but you would have known that in prior, right? So not a problem. And you could start the meeting with an energy. I know that Pranav has a lot of energy and you can shout throughout the college, but I felt your energy was a bit low. So you can work on that. And coming to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Daksh, you've done well. You've covered pretty much points, and you've told your takeaways on the weather. Not takeaways. You've told your opinion on weather. So that's nice. And coming to the TMOD, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster JASVITHA. Can you come on camera, please? Hi. So I really like the way you took the topic weather, and the way you progressed the topic throughout the meeting, and the way you engaged everyone, and the way you interacted each and every person. Kudos on that. And coming to improvements, as you told each and everyone to turn on their camera before you started the meeting, you should have told each and everyone to turn on their camera, and then you can interact with them more, right? So after that, you've forgotten Rasis Medley's intro. You've called the general evaluator, and then you told he's the Rasis Medley. I'm just joking. You've called the general evaluator, and then you suddenly remember that you forgot Rasis Medley. So you should not forget that. And apart from that, you've done a fantastic job. And I really love the tabletop. Sorry, I really love the theme and the way you engage the audience. And coming to the table topic segment, Toastmaster Pranav, the thing apart from keeping aside the time which you took for explaining the questions for the audience, but I really felt that the topics were very good. And keeping a theme for a table topic segment is something which I've never seen, and it's pretty unique and felt new. So keep going and keep rocking. And coming to my improvements for the audience, I cannot like see or find out most people clapping whenever uh, TMOD or the general evaluator is giving the mic to other person. So as I always says, when you clap during a person's is coming on stage, they would get that feeling, or that they would feel encouraged. So I request and I suggest everyone to clap whenever a person is coming on stage or going off stage. And coming to a few other things, let me check. Yeah, that's it with my report. And yeah, I cannot find other things. That on a whole, that's a really good meeting, and I enjoyed it a lot. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Also, I'll be sharing the link in the chat box. Please vote.
Thank you, Toastmaster Virabhadra, for that wonderful evaluation. I hope we have learned a lot. We will improve a lot for the next meetings as well. Yes. Is there any issue? Okay. To conclude with the theme, weather. Let's talk about a little more about the weather. And while I grow up, I just when I was reading a lot of books, I just see the weather being personified to express a lot of things. How a bright sun can tell about your mood, or how the clouds would make you go all gloomy. At every particular point of time, you just feel that your life is entwined with the nature that is around you. And sometimes you might actually feel that if the weather is a little better, I would have felt a little better. And there are a lot of research, and psychologists also say that there is something called winter depression. People who are not usually depressed or who are very active might also feel a little bit low when there is winter happening. And sometimes a sun can make you all your problems go away. I just met one of my friends who said that even though how sad I am, even though how worried I am at that point, if I just see the rain, if I see the nature around, if I see the grass that's growing, I just feel really, really happy and blessed. So the weather and you, sometimes if you haven't felt that connection right now, you can just look around. You might feel sometimes that the nature is a part of you. Okay, maybe I'm not over explaining it, or I'm not overselling it, but it will happen at some time. So look out for that, and it will be a really vital part of your life. Sometimes people speak a lot, and sometimes people will not speak and observe a lot. And if you are one of the observers, it might give you many lessons like that. So, with that being said, I want to hand over the stage back to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Taksh.
Thank you, Toastmaster JASVITha, for that very amazing DMOD session. Like I said at the very beginning, it's been a very long time since I've actually attended a club meeting. So when I actually saw the poster, whether I had like very conflicting opinions on what the theme is actually about to be. And, till the very last moment, you actually kept me on the seat trying to figure out, like, are you talking about just the weather? Are you really just going to talk about Bangalore weather? Oh, I like sun. I like sun. I don't like rain. I like summer season. I don't like winter season. I like this thing, Stranger Things season 4. But like, you did incorporate a lot of emotions into it. There were like times where, like, it was not very bland and it was really nice. So with that amazing session, I guess it's time to move on to the voting part. I think that's what the link has been shared. I'm not sure what it's called. So the link has been shared, I think, by the General Toastmaster Vinay. So everyone, please go ahead and vote. And also, until then, if anyone wants to speak, anyone has any opinions to share, any views to share, as Toastmaster Nicholas would say.
I guess Vinay gave me a new name with Praneeth entirely. Even in the
Yeah, so
forms, like
Toastmaster Vinay, you'll have to like rectify the FAH, PM Pranav Notrani. I know you miss your friend a lot. We all do, but
No, like I really mess up names. It's like I used to call Toastmaster Harsha as Toastmaster Ganesh and Toastmaster Ganesh as Toastmaster Harsha. And like there are two friends of mine called Shravani and the other name I even forgot. Wait, Sanjana. So I used to mess up their names calling Sanjana as Shravani and Shravani as Sanjana. So I'm very bad with names.
that's all right.
also, by the way, Toastmaster Vinay, can you just confirm how many responses have we got? It shouldn't be more than
I've
10.
I got 11 responses.
Okay, I think there are other people voting at this point.
I think Harsha voted.
Okay, Harsha is not in the meeting.
Yeah, I've shared that in Tabsam, right?
Okay.
So I'll be sharing the report with you. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah, just share it with me.
Okay.
Until we are back with the results, Toastmaster Nikhilesh.
Yes.
5K run when?
Sunday.
Sure.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's all your worth really.
Mhm. I see you're preparing for RRR already.
All right, we have the results with us. So I have once again changed my background to a very party type setup. Okay. Starting with best of table topic speakers. Any guesses? You can have some drum rolls for the background. You can just beat your hand like this. Any guesses for the best of table topic speakers?
Toastmaster Harsha.
It is Toastmaster Harsha. Moving on, best of tag team. Once again, little bit of drum rolls. Any guesses? Any guesses for the best of tag team?
Timer.
It's actually a tie between Toastmaster Hridaya and Toastmaster Angelina. So a round of applause for all you guys. Come on, guys, clap. Unmute and clap. I want to hear the clapping sound. Toastmaster JASVITHA, I don't want to see the emojis. I want you to unmute and clap.
I was the one who
Okay.
clapped.
Yeah, exactly. I want you to unmute and clap. I should hear it.
We
I
want to
was
hear the
Next up.
clapping
clapped.
sound.
Okay, moving on.
Toastmaster Daksh.
Best of speech evaluators. Any guesses?
Daksh.
Bold of you to assume that, but no, it's Toastmaster
Niklesh.
Saraswati. Clap, Toastmaster Niklesh. Okay, next up. Best of Big Four. Any guesses who it's going to be?
TMOD.
It is the TMOD Toastmaster JASVITHA.
Thank you, thank you.
And also kudos to Toastmaster Praneeth for being in the voting, even though you are not actually there in the meeting. So, and finally, the one that you have been waiting for, best of prepared speakers. Any guesses who it's going to be?
Revant.
Revant.
It's Toastmaster Revant.
Nice.
Congratulations to all the winners. And finally, as closing statements, I would say it's been a while. Again, I will reiterate the fact that it's been a very long time since I attended a meeting, and it felt very refreshing. It felt very different. I'm not a big fan of online meetings for obvious reasons, but still, it was good seeing everyone. And with that, I would like to declare meeting number 226, themed weather, closed. And now the session is open for networking. Rosman, we can stop the recording.